Sometimes it's hard to understand rappers, right?
Absolutely.
Understand rap lyrics.
Yes.
I wanted to bring this up because of my shirt. I got the little stars.
The stars.
Which reminds me of, remember Bape?
Uh-huh.
Reminds me of Bape.
What does your sweater say? Star.
I don't know. It says like star, handsome, lank.
Yeah.
It says that's something. Sounds like it might be German.
Why is handsome spelled like that?
That's what I'm saying. It don't look like it was. But let's talk about another misunderstanding.
Okay. I like your chain, by the way.
Thank you.
All right.
Got the cloudy. Shout out Yosef. Make sure you go check out our episode where we had the jeweler.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hooked you up.
The jeweler.
It looks so nice.
We were playing Soulja Boy recently. We played Soulja Boy.
Mm-hmm. I was the opposite.
No, we were listening to, I think, Crank That or something.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very, very famous part of that song. Yeah, it's one of my favorite parts of the song. The beat drops. He says, "Haters getting mad 'cause I got me some bathing apes."
Oh, shoot.
Like how?
Wow.
You didn't. You weren't 100% clear on what he was saying.
No.
What'd you think he said?
Haters getting mad 'cause I got me some baby make.
One more time.
Haters getting mad 'cause I got me some baby make.
Just one more time.
Haters getting mad 'cause I got me some baby make. I really thought.
Some baby make.
I really thought this whole time. I really thought that's what he said.
Is that penis? Semen?
That's what I'm thinking. Some sex. Like he mad 'cause I'm out here getting pussy.
But I got me some baby make.
Haters getting mad because I'm out here smashing these
so is baby make
these ladies
the actual thing that makes babies?
Baby
the
make.
semen or the penis? Or is
No.
baby make the act of getting vagina?
The act of sex.
So like, hey, we was in there doing the baby make.
Yeah, I'm about to go get some baby make.
As ridiculous as that is, I kind of like it now. I kind of like it.
You like it?
I just got me some baby make.
I just got me some baby make.
Damn, I was getting some baby make in the back.
Mm-hmm. It works. So this whole time, I thought he was clever to say, like, haters get mad because I'm out here getting mine.
But you thought that made up thing, that may or may not have been a thing at the time.
I never
or
second questioned it.
As opposed to just the shoes he was wearing in the video.
I don't think I really paid attention like that.
All right, well.
When I listened to the song, because you got to think about that. I was listening to the song on the radio, too. So
you thought
we don't listen to the radio as much anymore, as we did back then.
So you thought he was covering up something dirty, and that was the radio edit, baby make?
I don't know. I didn't put too much thought into it. I just thought, haters getting mad because I got me some baby make.
Radio edits were a very interesting thing in hip hop because I always wondered, like, do they must go back in and once it releases and re-record it, or maybe they do the radio edit ahead of time. But
that's what I thought.
That really surprised me as a kid growing up when you listen to, is that your chick? And then you listen to the real, is that your bitch? You'd be like, oh, that makes sense.
Well, I was about to say, is that your dick?
Is that your dick? That's not it. The one was, can I get a what? That was my first big radio edit surprise.
Can I get a fuck you? Like,
that was so different.
I like what better.
What was so better?
Yeah.
I thought that was the whole point of the song. It was on the Rush Hour soundtrack. I had to convince my mom that was the first parental advisory CD I got. Mm-hmm. I had to try to tell her that the 808s were so loud I couldn't hear the cursing. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I got away with that. But I put it in, can I get a fuck you?
Right.
What happened to the what?
That's for me. It's crazy when you do like the clean version better than the explicit version.
Oh my God!
You're supposed to like. I mean, it'll be two different recordings. I remember. I think it was "Faux Life" by Mac 10. The explicit version was, I guess it was recorded first maybe, and then the radio version was recorded after that. But his whole like cadence and everything like that was so much better on the clean version. I was just
Oh,
like,
he re-recorded everything.
I think he recorded the whole song.
They usually be punching in like BET movies, like, "Hey, can I get a screw you?"
Can I get a jive turkey?
The worst one. There's two in particular I remember. T.I. had the song "What You Know About That," and in the regular one he says a loaded fofo on the low with peas or whatever. But in the radio edit he can't say 4-4, so it's like a loaded A-O.
I like those.
It reminded me of the teacher on Fairly Odd Parents who had conniptions. She's like Fairly Odd Parents. It was like loaded A-O. I like that way better. But nothing caught me off guard worse. Then let's get it started. Holy cow.
You want to go there?
Black Eyed Peas are wild. First of all, I don't know if they knew how popular that song was going to be, but they are crazy. If you don't know, the real lyrics are "Let's get retarded." That was the main song for the NBA Finals. Let's get it started. They had everybody downloading it and being mortified, like, "Hey, what version is this? What happened to getting it started?"
Right.
I thought we were just going to start the game. Yeah, so Black Eyed Peas, y'all wild as hell for that.
I had an argument with somebody over "Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See," because on the explicit version, hit you with the lands of what you're saying. I don't even know
It
the
must have been
words.
in the verse. The whole hook was clean.
He says, okay. So on the clean version, he's like, "Hit you with the land and what you're saying, yo, silly with your rice grilly. What the dilly, yo." But on the explicit version, he says, "Hit you with my 9 milli."
Hard.
Yeah.
Harder. Now that's harder.
That is. But I'm like, this whole time I'm singing rice grilly. And then every time I hear the explicit version, I can't say 9 milli, but I never knew he said 9 milli. So me and a friend of mine, we were just going back and forth. And I'm like, no, I'm going to play it. He say rice grilly. And he's like, what the fuck is rice grilly? And I'm like, that's what he says.
I like that rappers were pushed into that corner sometimes because, like, they wrote how they wrote, and then they have to go back and make it make sense, and sometimes they have to make it make sense on a rhyming word. And if there's not another word that makes it make sense, they just have to go ridiculous. They just have, sometimes it just be sound. Rice grilly, but jibbalilly, casilla and they're just like, I'll take that L, it's just on the radio.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, I think he says rice grilly.
The good rappers, the best rappers have sensical, explicit and radio. Like you listen to the radio and they still made it make sense and flow. That must be incredibly difficult.
Yeah. So
shout out to Busta Rhymes for some reason. All right. All Busta Rhymes music makes it like that's why they be doing it in the videos. They just like All right.
So
let's get into these threadicals.
I duck your bitch after she give me lip.
We don't need that.
I said butter up. Ooh, I said pucker up, buttercup before I split. Let me do that again.
God,
I
trash.
duck your bitch after she give me lip. I said pucker up, buttercup before I split.
So we're gonna leave that in there, by the way. I just want people to see this is probably how them like Breakfast Club, they don't make you rap on Breakfast Club, but like Sway in the Morning, Power 106, when they make niggas rap, it's probably how it is, because I hear they mess up and they're able to do it again.
So you don't want to have my flawless version, my flawless victory. You want me to have...
I want people to see the real.
You want to see, why?
I want people to see the real.
Haters disguised as friends.
All right, guys, we wanted to stop really quickly and give a shout out to our sponsor of the episode, HelloFresh.
HelloFresh.
I've been a big fan of HelloFresh for years now, but it's time to make the Threadheads a fan.
Okay.
All right, with HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit.
That's right. HelloFresh makes it easy to eat what you love. Customize select meals by swapping proteins or sides, or even adding protein to a veggie dish. And now you can even upgrade for organic chicken or organic ground beef on select meals. HelloFresh knows you're busy, and that's why we take extra care of the meal planning and prepping, freeing up extra time in your schedule with pre-portioned ingredients, foolproof recipes, and convenient doorstep delivery. HelloFresh makes it easy to get dinner on the table.
As easy as pie.
Have you made pie?
I haven't made pie. I don't know if they do desserts like that, but they do some crazy entrees.
Okay.
I'm out here making stuff I didn't even know how to make. Bulgogi meatballs.
Wow.
Flatbreads.
I'm going to have to try some of your stuff.
Some lemon spaghetti.
Lemon spaghetti.
It's like a lemon zested spaghetti. It's actually very, very good. I actually have the app. They never tell us to talk about the app on here, but I have an app because I switch it up so much. I used to have it a box that fed like 6 people, and I'll bring it to my parents' house and cook.
Very nice.
And then then I'll go to like 2 if it's just me by myself because that's like the lowest. But I be switching it up all the time. Recently, I think this probably like this last 4 or 5 months, I've been doing all vegetarian.
Oh, wow.
Doing all veggie.
And you like it?
I've been liking it. I've been liking it a lot. I'm like the flatbread guy.
I mean, your skin looks nice, so maybe that has something to do with
Maybe
it.
HelloFresh got the skin looking good. Well, maybe. But we actually got some offers to make your skin look good as well. We're not saying that HelloFresh makes your skin look good, by the way. But you are going to get these delicious meals delivered to your door, though.
Absolutely. Go to HelloFresh.com/thickthreads60 and use code thickthreads60 for 60% off plus free shipping. Once again, go to HelloFresh.com/thickthreads60 and use the code thickthreads60 for 60% off plus free shipping.
60% off of food. And for me, it's not just about the eating. It's about the learning.
Absolutely.
So you get a discount like that, and you walk away learning how to make bulgogi.
Look, spice it up. You got to spice up your cooking out there. It's teaching you, not only giving you good food, but it's also teaching you how to cook.
But you can impress somebody and make it seem like you cook like that all the time.
For sure.
Or in a sadder twist, you can just cook 2 meals for yourself like I do. I be eating like 2-3 flatbreads in a sitting.
That's okay.
And I love it. I don't want to share this.
That's why it's America's #1 meal kit.
Nice.
Period.
#1. All right. Well, how about this? I went first last time.
Okay.
So why don't you go first this time?
Okay. So
burping is a big part of the show now.
Can you please say excuse me?
Excuse me.
Thank you, because you're not the thin excuse me than me.
Are you offended when people burp and don't excuse themselves?
You're saying excuse me to the threadhead.
Okay.
So it's not for me. Even though I'm in the room and I have to smell your
fuck up and do your little thread.
Your burpeth gatheth.
Do your little thread.
Okay. Here we go. This is my tweet that I put up, and I asked, how long does the euphoria last after you nut?
Interesting. That is going to be a gender-based question because, guys, we get it real nice and then it's out. Y'all be, Y'all have a whole tour of the chocolate factory with Willy Wonka before you guys come down, and we just get a nice shotgun blast. Like, all right, I'm going to go get a sandwich. Go put on my boots and work at a construction site.
Is that why you guys want to have sex so much more? Because the high doesn't last as long?
Oh, we need more hits. Is that why it's called hitting it? Let me hit. Come on, baby. Let me hit, please.
Okay, so this guy says, depends on the circumstance. Like what you did there.
Yeah.
And source, cause of the nut busted.
What?
I don't know. Usually fall asleep afterwards. It probably lasts longer for a woman because y'all act giddy and start cooking and shit when it's good. Guilty.
You be cooking when it's good?
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
I'll
Like,
make-
because you hungry or you just feel like doing something?
I'm hungry too, and typically, most of the time, he's hungry after sex too, unless we're going to sleep.
So is that really it? Just like the appetite that is built up makes you guys want to cook or do something? Or is it just like good penis makes you want to do certain things?
I think it makes you want to do certain things. Because, I mean, I could wake up and order something from Uber Eats and then we get it.
So is it like a thank you?
It's
Is it like a little
like,
thank you meal?
It's just like, and I don't know if I can't say it's specific to women, but I think I've had a meal made for me after sex, you know? So
You jump into the kitchen immediately?
it's like I'm just hungry. You want something good right then. Hit the you never had a little sandwich right afterwards? A good little sandwich?
Oh, okay. That's if you worked up a little little appet.
I get real like submissive when it's really good. Yeah.
That's why there should be sampler platters during the sex, so you don't even have to worry about afterwards.
Sampler platters?
Imagine.
What are you talking about?
Imagine having sex
right.
in the middle of like a circle of tapas, circle of little small plates, little bites, and every few strokes, crispy rice. Oh, what's that? Oh, bourbon glazed asparagus. Oh, look, crab ragoons. So then
pork
you
bun.
nut right before you get full, like right when you're at 80%. Bust, lay down right next to the edamame or whatever the last few plates are. Maybe some cheesecake bites.
Okay.
Boom. Now you don't got to cook. You full. You empty. I call it appetizer smashing. Smashing appetizers.
I just wanted to really let you get through this.
It was a struggle.
Yeah.
My imagination wasn't
looking like-
running as smoothly as it usually was.
Hey, you sound like the dude and the lady that was on divorce court where she was talking about they were divorcing because he was too freaky with the food. Like he would put like potato salad on her back while she was asleep and start eating it and
While she was
yams on her
asleep?
thighs. He would eat it off.
He
her.
had
She
some
was like,
food issues. Potato salad isn't even a sexy food. Potato salad on her back? Can you imagine waking up and you just hear... I'm like, what the hell is that?
That's why she was divorcing him. And he's standing
Turn
over there.
around,
Look,
he's-
the camera panned to him, and he's like, yeah, like,
I wonder if
he
he
getting
used-
turned on in court.
I
With
wonder
her
if he
to talk
used
about it.
utensils, if it was just a plate, or if he was just like...
He probably ate it with his mouth. The way he was proud
So
while
she
she
was
was
a
describing.
trough. She was a pig trough. He was probably sideways. She was probably perpendicular, and she probably ate it off the back.
He was loving it. Ugh, disgusting. How did we get there? I don't know. As long as the pee is good, the euphoria stays long.
I'm assuming she meant penis.
It's a guy. Pussy. As long as the pussy is good, the euphoria stays long.
He called it the pee?
No, I said pee.
Oh, okay.
Not realizing. However long it takes me to catch my breath. Damn. These are all guys. 5 to 10 minutes. If it was good, 15 to 20.
Ain't no 20-minute nut.
Ain't no 20-minute euphoria after the nut.
The euphoria is like... You ever taken a dab?
No.
So, don't. Dab is like...
A dab?
No, that's 7 years ago. You ever seen like THC wax?
Yes, I know what it is, but I've never done it.
And they hit it like a crackhead. They have like the torch. It's like... It hits you all at once and then sort of tapers. So that's kind of what like nutting is. It's like a boom. And depending on how good the sex is, it could be a big nut. It could be like a nut that takes a little bit longer. But once it's over, it's kind of just like, all right.
Wow. That's horrible.
Y'all be like little insects, like, yeah.
I got a response from a lady. She said about 30 minutes, but if it was good, I'm definitely sweeter for the next 2 days.
Damn.
I feel her on that.
2 days? Hell yeah. Y'all lucky as hell.
Mm-hmm.
But is it because it got you in a good mood? Because pussy could get us in a great mood too. Or are you still feeling the effects, like the euphoria from it?
So, I know for some it lasts longer than others. For me specifically, if it's really good, it lasts a while. I'm thinking of nice shit that I can do for him tomorrow. Like I'm.
But that's like, I feel like that's a mood change. I'm talking about like physically feeling, because obviously good sex will change your mood for the better for X amount of time, whatever. I'm saying like the actual feeling. When is the actual feeling of nutting? Does it linger?
So the actual feeling of nutting, I mean, that goes right then. But the effects, the euphoria from it, for me, is like it lasts a long time.
And that's not a feeling thing. The euphoria, you don't.
Yeah,
like feel it?
It's almost like, for me, it's almost like a feeling of relief. I don't know. Like, have you ever taken Valium?
No.
So, Valium is like the happy pill. So they give it to you right before, like if you're nervous about having surgery, like when I had surgery on my Achilles, they give you like a pill to calm you down. Cause like I don't like anesthesia. I am petrified of anesthesia.
Because it could kill you?
Yes. And if too much can kill you, and some people have gone in for like routine procedures and given the wrong amount of anesthesia and they're out of here.
And it'd be like some weird stories, like it just so happened that the person administering the anesthesia was a clerk, a security clerk, and they have never done it before ever. And it's like, nigga, how did that even happen?
So yeah, so some people aren't qualified, even though, you know, wherever I've gone to have a procedure done or whatnot, I've only gone to like my doctor's office, or mainly. So yeah, they give you a Valium to calm you down. I think it's like 5 milligrams. And I will say that it does take away that edge, you know, makes you feel a little more relaxed.
So this
happier,
feels like the orgasm?
To me, the effects of an orgasm, and for me, like orgasms, they differ in intensity. So the real big ones, let me not say that. The real big ones.
What?
I was going to say the super squirters.
The super squirters.
The super squirters.
The laundry doers.
Yeah.
The laundry makers.
The mattress destroyers. Those, for me, that they can last days.
Days?
Mm-hmm. I just be in a good mood. Like, that's what I mean. Like, that euphoria, like, this put me in a good mood. Like, I'm satisfied. Like, I need to have sex again later on today. Like, it's not like that for me. Like, I could do it later on that day, but I'm good. You know, so
okay.
It seems like you guys don't experience that.
That's why niggas will be looking for it again a couple hours later.
Oh, here we go. Here's one. Peter Quinault. You never heard of post-nut clarity? Chemicals are recommended, something like Valium, to counteract the ones that are making you feel fuck that testosterone BS, or the person that came here is not the one I am now. Girls get the euphoria and energy. Guys just feel drained.
That is true. Sometimes I be feeling sleepy afterwards. The girl get up and start doing all this stuff, and I'll be like, damn, I didn't put it down. I'm over here like, they over there doing hammering stuff, putting stuff on the walls.
She ate your ass up.
And I'll be like, damn, I was trash, but I guess I guess that was a good thing.
No. I've gotten energy afterwards. It's not long lasting though. I will say that.
It's just a little
A
burst.
little burst of energy pop up, but then
Sex really is like a
I'm
hit
back
of a
down.
drug.
Mm,
That's why they
it
say, "Let
is.
me hit."
Get a hit of that.
Let me hit.
Why? 5 to 10 minutes. It lasts until she's ready for more. That's what he did.
Until she's ready.
Until you get the towel. Damn, that quick?
The walk over to the towel.
And then it's gone.
I mean,
Damn.
sometimes before that. A lot of times the walking to the towel is prompted by the end of it. Like, we ain't gonna be like, let me go get a towel. Usually, like,
Do that again.
Here's the towel. We'll sit there. All right. Then that means we're over the hump. Now the mood can keep going. Okay. I thought we meant like nut. Like I feel
not
like
the climax, like not the actual like climax itself. It's the euphoria feeling that you get right after.
I can't speak for other men, but I feel like for me, you know how like when they draw out sound waves or you know, basically it feels like men are like just a triangle. It goes up to a peak and then goes back down. It seems like coming for you guys is just like a straight slope. It's just like it happens and then it kind of keeps going up throughout the day, even though it was obviously at its most intense when you came. But it seems like the feeling just kind of keeps going up throughout the day, and we're just like
And
sawtooth.
Damn, y'all going through it.
Sawtooth.
I think that's why we the term digmatized can apply here, because it's
You can
like,
be pussy whipped.
yes, you definitely can. And it might be for some of the guys who are saying, you know, depends on who it is, or, you know, depends on the intensity of it, or, you know, maybe there's other qualities about that person that you really like. So the euphoria lasts longer with somebody that you actually have feelings for versus somebody that you're just trying to get a nut off with, you know. What?
My feelings boost the orgasm.
They do. I get a much stronger.
Women are such nerds. Oh,
You
I
like
like
it,
the
though.
person. It's making me come more.
Here you were. You thought it was all you, when in actuality, her feelings for you are really what
That's
made
still
it
me.
come to.
That's still me. I'll take it.
the-
I'll take a feeling nut.
Oh my God, you're horrible.
All right. That was interesting. Was that your last one?
Yeah, it can be. Oh wait, depends on multiple factors. If I'm drunk / high, 5 minutes. If it's a good nut, sober, 30 seconds to 2 minutes. If it's a weak pussy, let's get this over nut, 2 seconds.
You got a stopwatch or something?
Right.
You did actual research.
Why don't we just say immediately? Instead of,
I will say, drunk sex is whatever. High sex is very, very entertaining.
high sex, I feel like, in my experience, it prolongs. It seems to prolong the nut, but the feeling is really intense during. And sometimes I've even felt like I'm in space, getting fucked in space. You know, it's like it's so
Fucked in outer
intense,
space.
but it's actually like, I don't know if it's so intense that it's stopping me from climaxing, but it can definitely prolong it. But then when I finally do,
Big old space nuts.
pop like a pigeon eating a
Come on.
your face.
Finish it. Finish it.
Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Okay.
Have you
Makes
seen
sense.
that?
That made sense, yeah. All right. Well, that was a cool little transition into my thread, which is educational.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? You was
let's get a little edutainment.
we was talking about like things that happen in the brain, all that kind of stuff. Well, let's take the smut out of it.
All right.
No
let's do
more
it.
sex. I had a sex one last week.
I had a sex one this week.
Let's get into some science.
Okay, let's hear the science.
So, This is a thread about brain cells.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy. It doesn't really have a title. I just need you to just get into it.
Okay. What title would you give it for the sake of the thread text?
Let's call it Cells Learned How to Play Video Games.
Okay. That is wildly
Right?
confusing.
It was hard to put into just few words, but let's just get into it.
All right.
In a recent study, more than 800,000 living brain cells connected to a computer were able to sense the position of an electronic ball and control a virtual paddle in a video game, Pong.
Okay.
I'm going to say that one more time just to get everybody's head wrapped around what I'm about to get into. In a recent study, more than 800,000 living brain cells were connected to a computer. Okay.
Living brains. Okay, you're going to get into that later. Okay.
Maybe not.
So should I ask my question now?
No.
Oh.
Just try to comprehend the little knowledge that I'm going to give you, okay? So just put it like this. A dish of living brain cells learned how to play an arcade game.
Like a petri dish.
A dish of living brain cells not only learned how to play an arcade game, but can now use its knowledge unlike any other computer.
Oh, wow.
See what I did there?
Mm-hmm. He's learning.
In a recent study, more than 800,000 living brain cells connected to a computer were able to sense the position of an electronic ball and control a virtual paddle in a game of Pong. So somehow they are connected to a computer. Let's start there. Secondly, they were able to figure out where the ball was moving and control the paddles. You've seen Pong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boop, boop. So a research company named Cortical Labs.
Like
Cortical Labs.
Like steroids? Corticosteroids?
How you spell that?
CORTICO. Is it L with the steroids?
Cortical, C-A-L, but that is them.
Okay.
A research company called Cortical Labs has been trying to understand how living brain cells acquire intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
The Pong experiment was a way to find out. So they're trying to figure out how living brain cells even get knowledge. Quote, "We've made huge strides with silicon computing, but they're still rigid and inflexible," says Brett Kagan, author of the study and chief scientific officer at Cortical Labs in Melbourne, Australia. For example, both humans and computers can learn to make a cup of tea. But humans can generalize what they've learned in a way that computers can't.
Mm-hmm.
To test the cells' learning abilities, researchers grew them in a thumb-sized dish filled with nutrients on a silicone chip. I didn't even know you can do that. So they grew living brain cells in a dish that's about the size of a thumb, filled with nutrients on a silicone chip.
Do they tell you where they got the brain cells from?
Science.
Whose brain is
Science.
this? And is it a brain that already knew how to play this game? I wonder.
That's true. But it
'Cause
says
it's very
it says
easy.
he grew them though.
A baby? Or are
No,
these
like grew
artificial?
Like the cells grew in this petri dish.
Right, but they grew there, but were there something had to be planted there for them to grow because they just can't come out of thin air. So I wonder if
I'm not a scientist.
I wonder. Maybe they'll say it. Maybe they'll say it.
They doing this though.
Okay. Okay.
Then a computer generated a game of Pong for the cells to play while monitoring their responses. So at first the cells weren't able to understand the signals, so the scientists started shocking them, right?
Okay.
Then the
That'll
cells, right? Just do it. Then the cells learned to generate patterns of electrical activity that move the paddle in front of the ball. So they somehow picked up. Researchers discovered that human brain cells played at a slightly higher level than mouse brain cells, which is impressive considering each network had fewer cells than a cockroach's brain.
So they actually did take these. Now, they had to have taken these from an actual human and took some from an actual mouse. Okay.
But I know that cells replicate.
Definitely.
So I'm assuming they just grew new ones. But the mind-blowing part is just what they're doing. I don't have the knowledge to explain how.
I'm sure it's a nice base for whoever is interested in following up on this to actually
I'll send them to the websites.
Yeah, it's a little alley-oop. You know, how you finish is how you finish.
This is a blanket statement of what happened. If you want to know the ins and the outs, I'll give you all that information to hear it from a scientist.
I think what's really interesting about this is that these are just cells. They don't have eyes, ears. They can't interpret a whole situation. The reason we're able to play this game so easily is because we can see it. You know, we are told what to do, or we can actually like visually see like this is how it's supposed to be. We're actually given instructions. Right. Can you imagine if we were just shocked, like being put in front of 2 blocks and a ball and just being shocked, like what the you know? Well, yeah. So I can't even like doing that for babies.
The freaky part is like it lets you know that there's like really stuff going on in there. You know, like unless you're a scientist or like a medical professional that studies synapses and all that kind of stuff, to the layman it's just like I learned. It's very general. I learned this. I thought of this and I did it. Like when you think about playing an arcade game, you have to sort of figure it out. Then they shoot. You know, your brain tells your hands what to do. Your brain tells your eyes what it's looking at.
Right.
But it all comes down to your brain cells. So, like you said, I thought you needed all that other stuff.
Right.
But it looks like these cells on their own are doing sort of like the learning process that is just happening in our heads and is fed to our bodies.
We're getting ready for human 2.0. The humanoid 2.0.
Because who's to say that those brain cells can't tell a robot what to do?
Right. I mean, I think our technology and science is really like shifting towards making superhumans or, you know, humanoid. They talking about like successfully, I think there was an article I read that they successfully were able to create some type of either embryo or whatnot for like same-sex couples that
Talk
were
about the male mice? The 2 male mice?
I think so, but they hadn't said that you could do it for humans yet. But, you know, I just saw that article and I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like
2 nigga mice had babies.
Had babies. So
big
it's
pregnant.
Like, big pregnant?
So, I guess this whole experiment, ultimately, it's saying that creating a system for brain cells to learn Pong points towards a future where biology can make computers more intelligent by changing how they learn.
Haven't they seen iRobot?
Aren't they intelligent enough? Right. What are we doing?
I don't know what they're trying. That's what I'm saying. They're trying to create, you know, something else, a super computer, superhuman, super something better than what we are now.
It's so weird. It's like if I just started making sci-fi movies about horses, like being like, fuck this, we're slaves. We need to go against these humans. And then that started a trend of like movies that's just like, one day horses are going to turn on us.
They got that about monkeys.
And then like researchers and scientists keep pushing towards that, hey, we're actually learning, teaching horses how to speak English. Hey, we're teaching horses how to hold weapons. What are y'all doing? What, did you see my movies?
So you know how we talk about like energy and what you put out there is what you'll return. I wonder the type of energy that gets put out by making movies like that. If you believe in, you know, putting things out there and them coming to fruition.
But isn't that like a universe, like spiritual saying? Like
it
if you put out negativity comes back. But like you got niggas going to school and learning robotics to do this. That's not like an energy
but I'm saying it is though, because you are visualizing it. You are putting it out there, and then when you put it out there in these visuals and people take in those, they they'll think about things
Start
that
working towards
that
it.
weren't. Yeah,
So
the energy just gets put towards. Like I hate like end of the earth, end of life, like.
But even
movies
that's
and stuff like
mysterious
that
because we can't control the end of the world. If
You
it's,
can't.
That's like a nature thing. So
My-
I get like putting out energy about the end of the world and then it happening. But this is groups of scientists who learned and went to school and they're building the robots and literally purposely making it so that an uprising could happen. Because like computers are smart enough. Why have them learn the same way we do?
They learn faster than us. They compute faster than us. My philosophy on the end of the world is that it happens for people every day.
Everybody has
die.
a different end of the
When
world.
you die. Yeah, when you die, that's the end of the world for you. You know, so you don't have to put that energy out there. It's happening to people every day.
What about the end of the earth? Because your end of the world, the earth don't give a damn. Earth's still going.
You don't know that though.
Your world
Maybe
over.
you do.
That's some Matrix shit. Like when you like the world, your perspective of the world made the world exist. So when you die, the world that technically doesn't.
All right,
crazy.
the world ends.
If
So-
you guys want to know more, go to npr.org. Brain cells in a lab dish learn to play Pong. That's the title.
That is wild.
Hey, that would have been a good title. That would have been a better title than the one I gave it.
It would have.
Brain cells in a lab dish learn to play Pong.
We can just put that.
No, put
Maybe.
what I said.
You want the struggle title?
Put what I said.
Okay. The man has spoken.
All right. It looks like we have graduated into some factuals.
Yes, yes, yes.
Who's going first?
I am.
You got something to get off your chest.
The estimated average age of young people leaving the parental household.
Okay.
And it's going by countries.
Okay. I hear
So-
this number got a lot heftier over the years.
I'm about to tell you. So, Portugal, 34. Croatia, 33. Slovakia, 31. Italy, 30.
These are all decent numbers.
Spain, 30. Poland, 29. Germany, 24. The Netherlands, 23. Denmark, 21.
This is the average that's happening? Okay.
Finland, 21. And Sweden, 19.
Where are we at?
We're probably at 17, 18, but the U.S. is not on this one. But I thought I thought that was really cool because in the Black culture, we're always talking about, having our kids independent, shooing them out when they're 18.
I think that's an
get this-
American thing.
Is it an American thing? Because I
think the whole 18, you got to be out of my house at 18 is like a thing. I mean, I know that new parents are always like, all right, 18 years, I'll have my life back. Like, it seems like 18 is just that number of get your ass out.
From my understanding, it's not like that in other households. Like,
I think I've definitely heard white people say that.
Yeah, they typically let their kids stay for a while. So I've read a lot of articles on it, and it from what I gathered, we kick our kids out the soonest.
I can see that.
Than any other culture. From definitely Mexican households are definitely about staying together.
Okay.
Asian households, the kids are not kicked out at 18. And even in white Caucasian households, they're not typically kicked out at 18. But us, I think I think we're changing. That narrative is changing. It is from what I've seen. Like, because when we were younger, I feel like that was more of a thing. Like, hey, get out and get your independence at 18. But I think over the years, I've definitely seen a shift in people I know, people I've talked to in our culture saying like, no, I'm gonna let my kids stay a little bit longer. I want them to stay until they can get, out and be successful on their own versus you don't know shit at 18.
That's what I was going to say. It's just like, that is so toxic. And I just want to say, this to, I don't want to make it a cultural thing because I don't want to say black people do this and have non-black people not listen to this. I think that this is a overall parent thing. Are you fucking insane? That is crazy. 18 is so young. And it's like, I'm so sick of these generational comparisons that's like, well, back in my day, I was out and about at 17, 18. Back when I was your age, I had a house at 20. What do you, like, things are so different. Like, you know, there's so many jokes going on online. Like, yeah, well, back in your day, a house cost $17, you know,
Right.
so people, times change and mind states don't. And they'll just, an old person will judge a young person that's growing up in a completely different world, really. So I think that 18 is like, what is that? First year of college, last year of high school, whatever. You are to threaten your child with homelessness before they even understand life like that is crazy.
But I, in my personal experience growing up, I had this mindset that I did need to leave. You know, even though my parents didn't even pressure me, like, you got to get out at this time. I went to college and then grad school and then, you know, eventually I just went on my own. But I felt like I had to, you know, because there was so much in even in pop culture, so much talking about, oh, the independent woman and, you know,
Be
I'm
a millionaire
young,
by 21. all
Yeah.
that type
And I'm
shit.
like,
Yep.
so I'm working all these jobs trying to stay independent when I could have just went home, got my finances together, then bought a house and did all this, you know, done it differently. But I felt that pressure not only from my household, even though, like I said, they weren't like, you got to get out. Definitely not.
Yeah.
But also society, the pressure of society, you know, being not wanting to be looked at as a bum in society, being, you know,
19 and you're living with your parents. What a loser.
right,
Crazy.
like you living in your parents' basement at 22. Like,
Well, how about this? Instead of get out my house by 18, what if the narrative was just changed? What if it was like, have something figured out by 18? Don't threaten homelessness. Because, like, the problem with that is you put that much stress on a young kid, you're actually putting off what they want to do and their dreams because they're worried about such crazy real life things. And maybe that's, maybe some old school parents would agree that that's good to, like, you know, throw them out there and have them struggle through that early. But it's also like, all these, like, hard lessons be coming with some scars. You scarring your kid a little bit, and that could get, as opposed to just not necessarily like having them comfortable, but not threatening them with like, okay, you got a year left before no matter what, you have to be on your own. If it's just like, instead of that pressure, if it's like, try to have something figured out. Even if you don't, you can always, there's people who switch careers at 26, 35, whatever. But if it was more just like, have something figured out, so they're not so you're not worried about like, oh, let me get any job so I'm not homeless. It's like, okay, let me focus on what I want to do in life, which a lot of people don't do until they're in college. They wasted years and semesters and stuff. And then they're like, damn, I never really thought about this because I was just having fun in high school.
yeah, I was going to say that even at 18, you're still trying to find out who you are. Now you're legally, as soon as you turn 18, you're legally considered an adult. So everything changes for you. And now you're trying to figure out paperwork as an adult, like what you can, what you can't do, you know, and then you ain't got no money, you know. So it's like going off to college, or if you even are doing that, you know, you're still trying to like figure things out personally, who
Right.
you are as a person. So you might not even know what your passion is or what you want to do in the future. And there's, I don't know what the percentage is specifically, but there is a percentage of, a notable percentage of people who will major in something, go to college, major in something, graduate, and then not even go into the field.
Right, because
You
they
know?
didn't think about it until it was too late. You know, I have so many friends who minored in like psychology or history, and then they get to the ending and they're like, I don't know if there's any jobs besides just teaching this to other people who have the same, who want the same major. And it becomes like a, you know, when you don't think about it until too late, you're like, well, what am I interested in? I like history. Let me do history. And then 3 years in, you're like, I don't want to be a historian, you know.
I went into college thinking I wanted to do pre-med. You know, so I had to major.
Persephanii.
Yeah, I had to major in biology coming in, and I was like, okay, this is what I want to be. I want to be an OBGYN. I went to a medical high school. I got to work in the hospitals and all that. I got to college, took anatomy and physiology. Boy, when I tell you,
yuck.
I had to change like immediately. I was like, oh
This is
shit.
what y'all do every day? Hell no.
I can't do this. Like it was too much information. I couldn't grasp it. I'm playing basketball, doing all this stuff.
Right.
Can't do it. So then I'm like, well, what do I do now? That's where the pressure comes in. I'm like, okay, I have to figure something out. I'm in college. It don't matter what my passion is. I got to change majors because I'm not going to be able to even graduate college at this rate. And so I do psychology and then criminal justice. I double major psychology and criminal justice.
Nice.
Graduate. And I'm like, whoa, where are the jobs?
I think that's just kind of like across the board at this point.
So,
but I think the craziest thing is that you're kicking them out on the normal decision is go to high school, figure out if you want to go to college or get a job.
Mm-hmm.
If you're being threatened with homelessness and serious homelessness too, because I know some parents might pump fake and be like, 18, you out of here, and if it doesn't happen, they're like, that's all good. But for you to be like, okay, I'm on my own, I have to support myself, that's already very difficult, especially in a city like Los Angeles. But now you're putting them in a position where it's like, all right, figure out the whole world and support yourself, but also college. Like you also like you got to be homeless and I got to pay for like that's just like a lot of pressure to put on a young person, and the prices of everything is going up every year. The competition and how many people are doing the same thing is going up every year. So it's just so ridiculous to hold those same farm ass standards to them biblical days now.
But I think times are changing, and it's nice to see that change, because I've definitely seen the dialogue now with, well, my generation at least, talking about, no, my kid doesn't have to leave at 18. Like, and I think it also might have something to do with socioeconomic status as well. You know, like if you come from a lower income household, when you turn 18, are you now a burden in the house? Because now you can't be claimed on taxes. Like, ain't nobody getting a break for your ass no more. So, you know, but
it might be a necessity. Got it.
Yeah. So either, you know, you got to pull your end of the weight at home, but at 18, you still want to try to figure out, without having that pressure of, I have to take care of the home. You know, that's a lot of pressure for,
that's wild.
And people start doing that younger than 18, like in lower income households, like the pressure of working and becoming an adult, you become that early on before 18. So it's really, I guess, relative on who's considered an adult and who's actually doing adult duties, but you don't get a break.
And just outlook. Like, I was blessed. I got a lot of my compassion for others from my mother. My mom, she off rip was just like, I don't believe in that. I think it's crazy when I hear parents saying like, I'm kicking you out. Like, y'all have a place. Because my mom's like, I like when y'all are here, you know. Like there's been times where I moved back home for a few months and then move back, and when I told my mom, she was like, hell yeah. She was actually sad when I moved out. So you know, she was just like, man, whenever y'all need to stay, we'll figure something out. And I think that's really the way to go, because it's like your child should feel like there's a place for them at your house. You should encourage them. You don't want them to do that.
As long as you're not wreaking havoc at home.
Right, just doing the most.
You know, but everybody leftovers.
Right, eating the last. Where's the last piece of chicken? You're just like, fuck your house. All right, hard switch. Big old hard switch, because my fact has to do with animals.
Fun.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be in and out, because this is fire. We talking mongooses, nigga.
Oh, mongooses.
In 1883,
Jesus,
the mongoose was introduced to Hawaii to control the rat population. They were like, there's a lot of rats.
Eat rats?
There's a lot of rats over here. Should we bring an exterminator? Nah, mongooses, right?
What about cats? No cats?
However, look, this is human error at its finest. The plan was unsuccessful because the mongoose is diurnal. I'll explain what that is in a second. And rats are nocturnal. So mongoose, I've never seen that word in my life. Diurnal, whatever.
I know what nocturnal is.
Mongoose out at night, out during the day.
Mm-hmm.
The rats were nocturnal. They didn't even see each other. Dumbass scientists. They were just like, well, mongooses eat rats. Brought a shitload of mongooses over. Mongooses were out during the day like, where'd all these rat sticks is talking about? Rats came through like, what's everybody looking around for? Looks like everybody's expecting something to happen.
Right.
Nothing happened. As a result, the mongoose ended up preying on other wildlife and birds and became a problem itself.
Oh. Damn. Not when the problem becomes, when the solution becomes the problem.
I want to interview the nigga who fucked this up. I want to interview the one person who everyone looked at and was just like,
He probably went into hiding. You have to.
Mongooses are diurnal.
Oh my God. That's so funny. You know, he probably went into hiding as soon as they realized, like, oh, the mongoose.
Now the mongooses are just grabbing pigeons and shit. They're just like, oh, God damn it. All right, what eats mongooses?
They about to bring in another nocturnal animal.
All types of animals.
Terrible.
Double fact, though, because I didn't know that the opposite of nocturnal was diurnal. Thought it was going to be like sun-eternal or
Sun-eternal?
sea-ternal.
Wow.
Something like that.
Wow.
All right. Well,
cool.
That was my little cool fact.
I like that.
I like animal facts overall. But this has been another thick-ass episode with some thick facts and some thick threads. I've been your co-host, Patrick Cloud.
And I'm Persephanii. Yo.
We will see you next week.
That reminds me of Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when he spit on him in the hut? And he did that.
We will see you next week. Bye.